Hey, what's up everyone? Danny Lightning here. How you guys doing? We are just about ready to get this thing rolling, so give me just a second. Let me make sure the audio is up to the right level and all the good stuff. I think we're just about ready to rock and roll on this thing. So yep, we should be ready to rock, and we should be ready to roll in just a second here. This thing is ready to do it to it, I would say. All right. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I see Phantom. I see Caleb. What's up, CSR Monster? Nice to see ya. Mitcha Kitsu in the house. Hey, hey. We got Hector. What's up, Hector? We got Melon. We got Nevo. Who else we got today? Miguel. What's up, Miguel? Miguel's going to see some F1 races. That sounds like fun. I wouldn't mind going to see some F1 races or something like that. That would be kind of cool. F1 racing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here. I'm probably a little bit too big. Let me make myself a little smaller there so I'm not taking up too much of the screen. There we go. That should do it to it. Okay. Hey, we got Comet Warrior. What's up, buddy? Awesome to see you as always. Thanks for stopping by. Definitely appreciate it. Also, thanks for being a channel member. So we're gonna find something to live race. I don't know what we're gonna live race today, but we're gonna figure something out. So let me find a good live racing car that I don't usually use very often. I don't know why it always does that dumb reorder thing. I mean, there's a button for it. I'd rather just have the button work. You know what I mean? What a pain in the buttocks! Butt pains! That's what I say. Alright, I'm gonna find something good to race today. Let's see what this thing has a dyno time of. I remember liking this car for live racing, but I don't really remember very much about it. Let's check out the dyno. Alright, we got a 12-0. Alright, we're going to race this thing in the 12-second lobby, guys and gals. First person to type 12.0 lobby in the chat, I'll pin your comment. And that should be pretty good. Alright. Comet Warrior got it. Comet got it. Pin Comet. There we go. Alright, let's go do some racing. We're going into live racing with a 12-0, so I don't remember how good this is, but first, ooh, we got a supply cup up. We got a Zembo flash event. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the Zembo Aurora Tour is going to be the car you have to get for this, so that will be a $20 car. Flash events are always $20 cars, at least here in the United States. I mean, maybe in your country, maybe where you live, it'll be a little different price or something, but here in the United States, it's about 20 bucks to get one of these cars. So alright, into live racing we go. Comment, yeah, I'm not gonna try to beat Dyno with this bad boy. I know it does beat the Dyno, but I think it had a low performance point. Oh crap, somebody challenged me in that thing? I'm not sure that I'm gonna have a chance to win this one. I think I'm gonna get destroyed. 3, 2, 1, go. I do not expect to win. Alright, so we gotta run this thing full out and see what she runs. Alright, he's gonna beat me, so I'm gonna make sure I slow down really good. But yeah, we gotta find out what this thing runs. Should you open the silver crate? Do you need the car that's in the silver crate? I guess that's the question. I do have a video on that car that goes over it and lets you know whether the car is good or not, but I mean, I think it was an okay car, but I don't think it's going to be one of the best cars in the game or anything like that. So I would say if you need to do the Prestige Cup, it's worth getting it. If you don't really need to do this Prestige Cup, then it's kind of like hit and miss, you know what I mean? CSR Monster says, how do y'all like the tracks? Yeah, the new tracks for live racing are nice. It's cool not to have the same old thing like over and over and over again, if you know what I'm saying. All right, we got to race a Toyota Supra. I think we can get this one. Maybe. Sort of. Kind of. Ooh, look at the graphics. The graphics on this map look really nice. Alright, let's see what we can do. This time I'm going to make sure I run all the way open, and I'm not going to slow down. And we're going to find out if this car is running... Oh my god, we ran 11.4, so... Yeah, this car is going 11.5. It's definitely going to destroy the dyno. I'm definitely going to have to keep this car in check. So... It's possible I might be in the 11.8 lobbies. I'm either in the 11.8 or the 12.0 lobbies. We'll find out after we race a few more people, but I'm somewhere in that area. I don't know if that was one of you guys. If it was, I apologize. I just went back to the lobby instead of re-challenged you. So let's go ahead and try to race Aiden Woods. William D says, what up? Hey Cody, have you got the new Nissan GTR? Yes, it's a very cool car. I like it a lot. 3, 2, 1, go. It is a very, very, very nice car. Ooh, now that was close. Oh man. Caleb says might. Alright, so the problem here is this car might not be. Alright. This car might not be in the 11 or the 12.0 lobby, so. I might have got this car pushed into a faster lobby. So there's Melon. Melon, what lobby did you tune your car to find me, buddy? 3, 2, 1, go. So the good news is I'm just going to run really slow and get the car maybe bump back into the lobby where it should be. So Melon will be my car resetter. Evo says, good news, your tip worked. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. That's always good. Have I got it fully upgraded? No. I got it on I've only got it on a couple of stage 3 yeah, I got a stage 3 transmission, stage 3 tires, and stage 3 nitrous on the GTR. And it's a live racing machine, so that's probably where I'm going to leave it. But I don't know, most cars I get, I just set them up to do well on live racing. And I don't worry about upgrading them or maxing them out. I have no reason to max most of these cars out. I mean, the only time it really matters when your car is maxed is if it's in a showdown, because showdown matchmaking is terrible. So I don't really worry too much about maxing cars out. Alright, Dr. Devil says I got every car from Tempest 3 now. Nice. What's up, Lady Y? How you doing today? Yeah, congrats on getting all the boss cars. That's awesome. It's always nice to win those things. Even though they're not like the world's greatest cars, it's definitely nice to win those. CSR2 says I ran 6.904 with my Elite Corvette, and that's a very funny glitch. What's the glitch? Did I miss something? What glitch, my friend? Oh, he says the Corvette won't use nitro in showdown. Huh. Interesting. Well, the good news is you probably don't need it. Yeah, probably don't need it. The 1992 NSX. So the Elite Tuners NSXR, that's a very good car to Elite. A lot of people love that as a live racing car, so that NSX would be a very good choice, I think. Melon says he turned his car to 11.7, so yeah, this car somehow got moved to a lobby where it shouldn't be. Well, I mean, I guess it probably should be if it beats Dino by that much, but I didn't drive it properly, so it got bumped. This is a really cool car, though. RG says, I cannot collect my prize from the daily bonus. That's probably one of those things where you're going to have to contact support about that. So when you're having major glitches... Now another thing is I noticed lately, sometimes when you try and click on something, it doesn't work very well unless you click on like a very specific spot. It's almost like the little click window they gave us is in the wrong spot. So maybe try like clicking on the left corner of collect, bottom corner of collect, top corner. Just click all over around the little thing and see what happens, because there's definitely been something weird going on in my game where I gotta click on just the right part of something to get into it lately, which is really strange. And if that doesn't help, then you might need to contact support and let them know. CSR Monster says, is the Mustang Dork House good? The Dork House is a pretty decent car, yes. And I don't know why, but every time I try and pronounce that car's name, I always pronounce it incorrectly. Not intentionally. This time I didn't intentionally, but I always say Dork House. And I don't know why. I always say the Mustang Dork House. Pretty much because I can't talk. Melon, you're welcome, buddy. Good swaps. Munfree, how's it going? Why do you think they should change the multiplayer races? What would you like to see different? You can always send them suggestions. I don't know if they'll pay attention, but you can always shoot them an email and say, hey, I got an idea. He says, makes no sense. So are you talking about live racing? Or are you talking about showdowns or what? Because they're both very different as far as how the matchmaking goes. Max the Gamer, morning Max, how you doing today? Does most CSR2 crews have a Discord? Well, they might have Facebook Messenger, they might have Discord, they could have the Line app, they could have WhatsApp. Most of the big crews have some sort of chat app, yes. I can't guarantee it's going to be Discord, but they're going to have something. Now, a lot of the smaller crews probably don't, but some of them might. All right, thank you for the swaps. Dr. Devil said, I didn't even need all the Stage 6 parts in the Hyundai. That's actually a great car. That little Hyundai Ioniq is a really good car, my friend. But yeah, I like that car. I don't really like the way it looks, but it's a great car in the game, so... 3, 2, 1, go. What happens if I shift all at perfects? Let's see what the car runs. Oh my god, I think it ran really slow. What time did that guy ran? He just blew me out of the water. He ran 11 zeros? Holy crap, guy. Your car is redonkulous. Sean says, you too, brother. We got Stacks. What's up, buddy? Morgan. Adrian. What's going on, my man? Alright, so Comet said he found me on 11.7 or 11.8. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm probably in the 11.8 lobby right now, actually. More than likely. So hopefully I can maybe get bumped back down a little bit. If I keep running under 12s, maybe it'll put me back into the 12 lobby. Guys, Guy Anderson says, thanks for all your help. You've helped me with my setups. You're welcome, my friend. One thing, you know, it's just a video game, but it's cool to be able to help people in some way or the other, even though it's just a game, you know? I mean, at least it's something. So, yeah. That's kind of why I made the channel. It's kind of funny, but the way this channel got to start was a friend of mine needed some information on the game, and like, you know, when I first started, I had so many questions that nobody could answer. Like, nobody could answer these questions. And eventually, you know, after playing the game for 8-9 months, I really got to know how most things worked and how everything went down and what you need to do. You know what I mean? That didn't come out right. But I made a couple of videos to help out a buddy, and I noticed, hey man, that video got like 800 views in 24 hours. I was like, huh, that's not bad. So I made another video on CSR, the same thing happened, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start making CSR2 videos. And that's kind of how this channel went down, right? So basically, I was making like mobile game review videos. Now, I've had this channel since YouTube started, basically. I used to play some, I used to post some videos of me on my motorcycle back in the day, me playing guitar, my old bands, flying my RC helicopters and airplanes and stuff like that. Then one day I was like, you know, I'm actually going to try and make this channel earn some money. I'm gonna pick something and I'm going to start, you know, trying to actually become a YouTuber. Ah, we disconnected. And then I started doing some mobile game reviews, and they were getting a little bit of views here and there, but once I started making a couple of CSR videos, it went really well, so I was like, heck. I said, you know, I love me some CSR racing. I mean, it's my favorite game, and yeah. That kind of just started the channel. So I think I just got pushed into a different lobby, so let's see what this guy runs. Well, this guy's probably got the potential to destroy me, but he wants to bet 5,000. That's a small bet. I don't mind taking small bets. I'm not going to do like anything over like, you know, 20,000, because more than likely he's got a car that's going to beat mine, but we'll find out. Ooh, I'm going to get it. I'm gonna get it. Yes. Guy also got bumped. Guy, I think you were running too fast sometimes. I was running slow, you were running fast, maybe. I don't know. Adrian found a good tune for something. Sorry, it's hard to catch all the comments at the same time. What's up, Gypsy? How you doing today? Yeah, there's a Tier 4 NSX-R. That's a really, really good car. Is that not the one you were talking about? There's so many cars in the game now. I mean, we got over 1,000 cars, so it gets hard to remember everything about all of them. Sabre, how's it going? Nice to see ya. 10 gold tokens away from maxing out your super. Nice. Very cool. You're getting really close. Let me read back up through the chat a little bit there. William D says, flawless forever, has spots open. Alright, so William D is trying to find some crew members, guys. Caleb says, I'm probably in the 12-0 lobby. Yeah, that's kind of where we shoot to be with this car. Like, generally, if you can get a low performance point high Evo tune, and you can get the car to run at a specific time, you know, it's a really good way to win most live races. I mean, like you see, I can destroy the dyno time and just beat the crap out of everybody, but that's not a fair way to drive it. So if I run it to run as close as 12-0 as possible, that means I can actually run the car in a fair way, even though it's an unfair car, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys or not, but Ellipses, they bet 20,000 or more they're dyno busting. Yeah, probably. I mean, generally when somebody makes a big bet for like 200,000, I can almost guarantee they've got a car down-tuned that is absolutely going to destroy your face. 3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, the guys that make the really big bets are probably not playing fair. I used to have a way to make this car run exactly 12-0. There's a certain way I could shift this to make that happen. Lady Y says he was talking about that one. I'm not sure what that comment's referring to, I'm sorry. FG Gaming, hello, hello. Oh yeah, every once in a while I accidentally accept a $200,000 bet. And every once in a while you win, but normally it's a down-tuned car that can beat dyno by 43 seconds. And of course, that's never a good way to win these things. Oh, the NSXR. Yeah, NSXRs are very nice cars. Very nice cars. Yeah, I think they gave us... I think we have a couple... We definitely have a few different NSXs in the game right now. Alright, click fast and I just beat the Porsche down tune with a $200,000 bet. Nice. Very good, man. 3, 2, 1, go. Second nitrous, third, fourth. I think if I do all perfect shifts and nitrous on second, this will run right about 12-0. So 12-1. Alright. Alright, so you're talking about a guy with an NSXR and the 10.8 lobby going 10.6. So basically, if a car beats the dyno time by a little bit, it will run faster than the lobby time. Now, generally, you don't want to beat the dyno too much because the game will pick you up and move you to a faster lobby after you win a few times if you're doing that. So that guy will get moved, right? That guy will get moved to a faster lobby after a couple of races if he keeps beating the dyno time by that much. Nunfree says it'd be funny in real life if people drag race and down-tune cars. I mean, basically, when you drag race, if you're a serious drag racer, your goal is to tune a car to make it, you know, finish as fast as possible and beat all the other people. But there are some types of drag racing where a person could actually do what you would call like kind of like a down tune, but they found out you did that, you would be very disqualified because sometimes they have you run down the track 3 or 4 times to see what your car runs, and then they race you against other cars that are either faster or slower, and that way one car gets a hold on it. Like let's just say you're 3 seconds faster than the guy you're running. He'll take off, and then 3 seconds later, they'll give you the go light. And some people will run slow intentionally, and then they'll beat somebody. But generally, you get disqualified or kicked off of the racing track if you do that. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's almost the same as down tuning, I guess. Max says in street drag, sandbag to sucker bets is very normal. Yeah, you know, people who do that probably shouldn't be able to win the bets. Like, if you sandbag somebody, there should be, like, when the bet is made, that should be part of the agreement that if you're doing that, you do not win the prize because that's not the right thing to do. 2040, hey, he said, I've seen people run 7s in the 13-14 lobbies. Probably somebody in a Tuatara, right? That car, the Tuatara is able to beat the dyno like crazy. The Tuatara can beat the dyno by so much, it's not even funny. Like, if a Tuatara bets you something, never race it. It will destroy you. It will absolutely destroy you. Yeah, IGN is in-game name. So, for example, my in-game name is Danny Lightning YT. So that's my in-game name. So everybody does have one. Like, you can see mine up there on the top. So that's what he's talking about. But yeah, sandbagging is terrible. Those players should be punched in the face with by Thor. Anybody who sandbags in real life to win money should be punched in the face by Thor's hammer. Thor should come down and be like, BAM! But no, that's pretty messed up for people to do that. Old man's rod. Oh God. I think I would change that name. Oh no. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Lord. Only part of that name showed up on the screen there, and, yeah. Alright. CSR2 says the Brazilian cheaters are crazy. I would say any cheaters are crazy, actually. Comment says, it took me a second to realize how that sounds. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. Timothy, what's going on, buddy? He says, it's called pedaling. I think people should only pedal when they're on a bicycle. You know what I mean? If you're on a bicycle, that might be okay. Alright, Caleb says, I have the Gamera and the 21C Zinger. I don't have them upgraded yet because I'm focusing on my Japan spec for the upcoming events. And it's going to be a good live racer. I got all stage 3 parts. And F, whatever F is. Oh, fusions. Yeah, you know, the little Japan car seemed like it had a pretty decent setup for live when I tested it. I don't think it's going to be like the world's greatest car, but it seems decent. It seems like a decent car. Well, I guess it was my turn to win. I wasn't paying much attention there. Yeah, I actually like Discord. I think Discord's a pretty good thing. Like my crew uses the Line app, and Line app's pretty good, but I like Discord better. I think Discord's the best out of all those chat room and messaging type apps. Line's nice, but it basically just gives you one chat room. There's not a bunch of like separate rooms you can post different stuff. Line's just like a big huge chat room and everything goes into one chat, you know. Lady Y has Facebook Messenger. I don't know why, but I'm not a big fan of Facebook. Alright, so I tried to challenge you back, but it wouldn't let me. Good swaps, good swaps. I'm reading through the chat here. Alright, so if you got twice the EVO as performance points, that's normally a very good sign for live racing. Now, double usually makes a car pretty decent. Triple usually makes a car super, super, super good. So if you can get double the Evo's performance points, you normally got a pretty nice little car. Triple makes it a monster. Unless it's one of those weird cars. I mean, there are some cars that, like for example, the Elite Tuner's GTR. That thing has a great low performance point high Evo tune, but it will not win a live race because for some reason, the car doesn't follow the normal rules that, you know, it's like 98% of the cars follow the same set of rules for live racing. And then there's the ones that don't, so. Alright, he ran 11.9s. Oh, he's not going to let me challenge him back. Alright. Muda Fozzie, 185. Oh my god, he's in the Shaxx car, guys. I feel bad. I feel bad here. I feel really bad beating somebody in the Shaxx car, but I mean, let me just go ahead and drive it like this and see what happens. Yeah, I'm just going to let him have a win. I'm going to let the Shaxx car win that race because the Shaxx car pretty much never stands a chance in live racing. Alright, let me go ahead and get some more gas. We're about out of gas here. William D says, my avatar is clouds in the sky. Are they clouds that look like a race car? Because that might be kind of cool. Alright, back out to the lobby we go. The 600 LT Spider. 600 LT Spider. Oh, he's challenging me again. Cool, cool. I don't remember if the 600 LT Spider is good or not. The McLarens confuse me with their names. There's like the 500 LT, the 600 LTs, the 900 LT, the 43,000, 9,473 LT. My thoughts on the Toro NSX. The Toro NSX. Is that the Tier 4 NSX that's got the blue paint job, the purple star one? Because, like I said, there's 1,000 cars in the game, and sometimes I have some brain farts on which car we're talking about. But I gave the Shaxx car a couple of wins because he's probably not going to get very many in that car. So sometimes I'll be nice to people. Alright. Ooh, what was that? The Gamera got crazy. Oh, the new Tuner Pit NSX. So, I have a video on that car, right? I liked it, but I didn't love it. There's a few it seems like an okay car. It's an overall good car, but there was just some things about it that really, I would say, weren't 100% ideal. It's nice, but I think there's better Elite Tuners cars out there than that one. But I do have a video that goes over the specs and my thoughts, and you know, I think it had a little live racing setup that would probably do okay. I don't think it would do great at live racing, but it seems like a decent car. Seems decent. But like the 720S or the Corvette or some of those other Elite Tuners cars are going to blow that one away. The Sylvia is really good. I'd rather deal with the Toyota Supra, the Elite Tuners Supra, over the Elite Tuners NSX. But yeah, it's just kind of it's decent. Nothing crazy, nothing too special. So we got Eddie in the house. What's up, my man? Awesome to see ya. A Huracan GT3 Evo. Alright, so I don't remember that one being the greatest either, but I'm not super familiar with that car. Sean Cooper says, what does LT stand for? I don't know. I'm really not sure. I've never been much of a McLaren guy, so I don't know anything about McLarens, honestly. LT. You could probably Google that and find out pretty easily, but probably something like limited touring or little turtle. Little turtle. That's it. I don't know why, but I've never really liked McLarens. They don't float my boat. FG says long tail. That makes sense, actually. That does make sense. Thanks. How do you get real people on a crew? Alright, so crew recruitment is hard. You gotta find there's all these Facebook pages for crew recruitment. I think there's a Reddit page for CSR crew recruitment. You just have to find like a crew recruitment page, make a little flyer for your crew and go post it in those places. Or generally, like every time there's a new season, I usually post a crew recruitment video to help people find a crew. I mean, you're not guaranteed to find something off there, but a lot of people do, a lot of people don't. So sometimes it can be kind of hard. But yeah, every time there's a new season, usually the last day of the season or the first day of the next one, I'll post a little thing. You can just be like, hey, our crew's name is this. These are requirements, and then you can hope somebody goes in there and takes you up on the offer to join. But I would pretty much go on Google, search CSR2 crew recruitment, find any Facebook pages that come up, find the Reddit one. There's all kinds of different ways, but crew recruitment is not easy. It's hard to find crew members, honestly. Oh, Cody had a misspelling. I didn't even notice. See, I'm dyslexic, so I read it normally. I read it as crew, even though it was crew or something like that, so. Being dyslexic, I guess we have the superpower of understanding misspelled things sometimes. Alright. What's up, Angel? How you doing today? Good to see ya. Alright, so this Sylvia is probably going to destroy me. The Sylvia is probably going to wreck me. Alright, let's go. Yeah. I actually won. I don't know if they let me win or what, but I even slowed down before I crossed the finish line. I don't want to run these times too fast because... Oh yeah, FG, the Sylvia looks awesome. I think the Sylvia looks amazing. It's actually one of my favorite cars. I never upgraded mine, but I should. One of these days, maybe I'll upgrade mine, but I didn't do the event for it, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get all the body kits and stuff for it, unfortunately, so... The one thing I don't like is how they added those extra Elite Tuners events and they put a timer on them, because I was still trying to finish the original Elite Tuners event so I could get my Mark IV Supra when the Sylvia came out. So I was like, well, I'm just not going to do this because I'd rather have my Mark IV Supra. Because I love Supras for some really weird reason. Like, I absolutely love Supras. Connection. Oh no. Alright, so I just got bumped out of the lobby, everybody. I'm not sure what happened, but the game bumped me. Ah, crap. There's a red Wi-Fi symbol up. Okay, it's gone. I think there's been a lot of server problems with this game recently. This game has had a lot of server problems. You know what's an awesome little car? This thing. I know a lot of people hate the way it looks, but this is a really, really good little live racer right here. That's in oh, it's like a 13.2 car. But yeah, I got it in the 13.2 lobby, but that little thing is amazing. Angel says it's been a while since I caught a stream. Yeah, definitely has been. Hope everything's been going well. Caleb says I get beat by the Juke all the time. Yeah, the Juke's a crazy little car. I don't know why it's so good, but I think I have my Juke on stage 4 parts, and it destroys everything. I mean, it's a crazy car, and it technically it shouldn't do what it does. It should not win live races when you look at the numbers that are on it. When you look at the performance points and the Evo and the, you know, the ratio between those, it shouldn't do what it does. Jerry, shut up! Dang it, Jerry! I can. You drive me nuts with your pop-ups, Jerry. Dang it, Jerry! Always bothering me, Jerry. Jerry drives me crazy, guys. He's always popping up. Next time he does it, I'm just gonna kick him in the nards. Hey, look at this. We got Nitro. I think this is the real Nitro. Pretty sure. Alright, we're gonna rate. Wait a second. Look what Nitro's in there. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we found Nitro for CSR. If you're not familiar with Nitro, you know, he helps out the community big time. He's got a YouTube channel. You know, the reason I can make shift pattern videos for cars and stuff is because of him. So, him and Ashua helps me out too. But Nitro does a lot for the CSR community. Oh God, Angel had the appendix removed last month. How bad was that? Like, did it take you a full month to recover, or? That doesn't sound fun. And how did you know that it was becoming a problem? Was it just hurting really bad, or what? But hopefully the recovery went well. Yeah, it might be stage 5, Brian. I haven't looked at my Juke in a long time. It's either stage 4 or stage 5. That thing rips people up. But I'm not even sure if my Juke's on the normal live racing setup I used to use, but I would actually, next time I want to set it up for live racing, I would go over to my video and I would reset it up that way, because I think I might have changed some parts around on it. Lady Y said, dang it, I lagged. Lagging's no fun, but it does happen sometimes. One thing about this game is you gotta have a very fast device if you don't want it to lag, and a good internet speed. Or the graphics are pretty intense, so I think it does lag on lower end phones. Or if your internet, sometimes you just gotta do a power cycle on your modem or whatever to speed things up. Yeah, like, I try at least once a week, at least once a month, sometimes once a week, every other week, to unplug my wireless router. Maybe once every couple of months I do the modem, just unplug it for like 2 or 3 minutes, plug it back in, and it kind of resets everything, gets rid of this extra like static electricity buildup, or it does something like that. I can't remember the technical details of that, but oh wow. So a 2-week recovery. That's not too bad, I guess. But yeah, that would suck, man. so it hurt really bad. I mean, the good news is, you know, it sucks that it's going to hurt like that, but at least you know it gives you a warning that, hey, this thing is about to kill you, so you better do something, you know? So it sucks that you had to go through all that crap, but at least the appendix gives you a warning before it breaks, right? That's the way I look at it, because that could have turned out pretty bad if it wouldn't have caused you all that pain. But yeah, man, I hope your recovery's going good and you're feeling better now. Because that's no fun. That's definitely no fun to have to go through something like that. I don't think I would appreciate that much. Oh, my camera looks crooked. Hold on. Now I'm a little less crooked. Alright, Skies, I'm not really sure. I think I waited too long, man. I'm sorry. Either you disconnected or you left, or I waited too long to challenge you back. Let me see if I can find him again. There he is. It says he's busy, though. There we go. We got him. He's in the Mustang! So probably either today or tomorrow I'm going to be working on a video for that car we just got. That Proto, the Proto Z thingy, whatever it's called. The milestone prize car we just got a couple of days ago. The Nissan Z, whatever it is. I forget already, but I'll be working on a video for that either today or tomorrow. At least that's the plan. That is the plan. Alright, 11.6s, 11.7s. I ran way too fast. Brian says something about a Jeep. What is a Jeep? Oh, Jeep is a person. Jeep. He says, have you seen the new infinite keys glitch? No, I haven't. I will tell you this, you gotta be very careful using glitches, because if the game finds out you're using a glitch, they may ban your account. So be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. Anyone know how to tune the top speed for 4th mile? So Winpoo, man, I got videos on how to tune for that type of stuff, but the easiest way to do it is move your transmission slider until it shows you the fastest top speed for the 1/4 mile or the 1/2 mile or whichever one you're trying to do. Oh, the freaking game froze. And then once you get that, now you can maybe adjust the nitrous a little bit, maybe adjust the tires a little bit. I mean, sometimes it can take a long time to get something right for that, but the easy way is move your transmission slider to the right until it shows you the fastest time in that type of race. But if that doesn't get you where you need to go, either one of two things is it's going to be a complicated tune, which is a pain in the butt, or the car is not going to be capable of doing it. So Lady White changed the lobby when it lagged. So sometimes when you if you're running your car faster than the dyno time in live racing, it will move you from lobby to lobby, right? So one thing I find, if you notice, my car is set to a 12.0 on the dyno. If I want my car to stay in the 12.0 dyno, I need to constantly run between 12 and 12.1999. You know, if I start beating that dyno time, the game's going to pick me up and move me into a faster lobby. And if I keep beating the dyno, it's going to do it again and again. And then eventually I'm going to get into a lobby where I can't win anything anymore, which is a pain in the butt. And occasionally, like you can see, like that's twice now we've had a game crash or a game glitch where I had to... Oh, come on, Jerry! Get your face out of my computer screen. Okay, I couldn't think of anything funny to say. That turned out really bad, so forget I said that. Alright, so I'm not really sure what lobby I'm going to be in now, but Jerry's always popping up and getting on my nerves. We used to be friends, Jerry. Now you're just being annoying. Angels Arcade says Ricky Bobby changed the lobby. Good old Ricky Bobby. Shake and bake. Shake and bake. None Free says Jerry never gets old. I like Jerry. Jerry's an alright guy, but he's always bothering me. Jerry! Stop it! I've been playing the game for 7 years, Jerry. I know how things work. You don't have to keep reminding me. You know what I mean? Brian says, please improve Danny. Improv? Is that improve or improv? I don't know. Alright, Lady Wyatt found me in the lobby. Cool, cool. Angel says, Jerry likes to feel relevant. That makes sense. Melon says, the 911 GT3 992 is no good. Unfortunately, a lot of Porsches in this game are not very good. There's a few beautiful Porsches in the game that are terrible when you're trying to live race them, or sometimes just do anything with them, unfortunately. Oh, he got me. Guy, you out of here? Catch you later, buddy. Have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. Now, I don't know if this is one of you guys. Oh, he left already. Must not be. All right. Everybody appears to be busy. Oh, there's a guy in a Super Snake. The Super Snake is not a good live racing car. Unless he figured out something that I don't know about. Yeah, the Duke Dynamic Porsche is super cool, but super bad. Why didn't they make that a good car? I mean, I think I got pushed into another lobby again. I think I'm back in the 11-8 lobby, guys. Pretty sure. Ah, there's Dallas. I see Dallas. Alright, he's got the yellow banana car. The Utopia. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna go nice and slow. I'm going to slow run down for a minute here. Get a real slow run in there. Nunfree says the other guy was making magic. William D says the carbon is decent. Yeah, I think I did get bumped. I probably ran a couple races. The game will bump you really fast when you're beating the dyno time. So if you beat the dyno time just 2 or 3 times in a row sometimes, that's enough to get bumped. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, the game loves to bump you when you're running faster than the dyno. Which is a bummer. It's a bummer. Cody says, could I put my crew name in the chat? Yeah, if you want to, go for it. Go for it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Dogfather says, I love the GT2 993 prize car. I hardly ever lose with it. 3, 2, 1, go. I think it's my turn to lose this one, right? So USSR. Is it all lowercase letters? I think that matters when looking for clues on this game, whether it's lowercase and uppercase. Dallas, you're running too fast, buddy. You're gonna get bumped. Lady Y said the game lagged, and yeah, wrong window. I don't know, the game has been a little weird lately. 3, 2, 1, go. The game's been crashing or doing weird things on me a little more than normal lately, so that's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Could be worse, I suppose, you know. Melon says smash that like button. Oh man, Melon, what was I going to ask you about? Oh yeah, somebody was asking if we could make a list of all the cars that can be down-tuned that will destroy you in live racing. And I was like, you know, there's so many cars in the game, and I don't really down-tune cars, so I'm not really sure. But I was thinking maybe some of us could get together and try and get like a video on a list of cars to avoid live racing if they bet you. That might be kind of a cool thing to do, but I can't really tell you which cars can and can't. I mean, I can tell you a few cars that could be down-tuned, but I think that might be a cool video. Melon says that would take a week. Gotcha. I kind of figured, you know, with over 1,000 cars in the game, I kind of figured there might be like a crap ton of them. But I was just thinking we could like just give out a couple like offhand. I mean, the worst ones that are like the Tuatara, for example. You do not want to race a Tuatara if it bets you, because it's going to blow you into little bits. Oh wow, Melon says they're actually working on that now. So is Max gonna make a video on that, or? Yeah, somebody needs to make a video on that. That would be great. Whether it's me or Max. Ah, Max has a video on the worst ones already. Cool. Next time somebody asks, I'll let them know that you've got one. So. Altered Beast, what's going on, buddy? Awesome to see ya, and I need to get some more gas here. Alright, I am going to take a quick restroom break. I kind of got to pee, so quick restroom break, guys. Be right back in just a couple of minutes. I just got to pee, and I'm going to tell YouTube to play an advertisement. So if you'll watch it, you know that's how us YouTubers get paid. So please watch the ad. It will probably be like 30 seconds or 10 seconds, but I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Oh, I'm back. It's kind of weird. I walked into the room and some stuff had fallen on the floor, so I had to pick it up. I must have a ghost in here because I'll tell you, that was very uncalled for, in my opinion. I mean, almost has to be a ghost or something. Well, let me get the game back up on the screen, and there we go. Perfect. Perfect. I'm full on gas. Sky's the limit, says Max. Just did a video like that. Okay. YouTube is not very good at notifying me about, you know, even like I have Max's channel subscribed and I have all the bell on send me all notifications. It doesn't freaking it doesn't tell you half the time when somebody posts a new video. It kind of sucks, man. If you got the bell set to all, every time somebody makes a new video, you should get a notification for it. YouTube's terrible sometimes for that kind of stuff, so. It is what it is, I suppose. Hold on, this guy's name is Bet Me, let's see. Oh, he's got the crazy Bugatti car right there. We got a W16 Bugatti. 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to try and drive this car in a way that it hits 12 zeros. Win or lose. Alright, he got me. Lady Y says, I'm going on VR chats. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like fun. Alright, so he beat me up. He ran very, very fast. But those W16s are really good cars. I think that W16 has a great live racing setup if I remember correctly. No. You might have a down tune or something on that. No, thank you. Well, the 959 is a dyno beating car, so you can definitely beat the heck out of dyno and win some live races with this. 3, 2, 1, go. But I've been running it too fast and I keep getting bumped, so. But yeah, I need to stay around 12-0. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, there are a lot of crews in this game. Like, how many, I don't actually know, but there's probably like thousands of crews. Probably thousands. Angel says, I'm looking for a crew, 800,000. So I think that means you make 800,000 this season, right? 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, one thing about CSR is there's a million crews out there, so. It took my little crew about a year. Like, when I started the game, I joined a really small crew. And they slowly just kind of built things up and built things up, and eventually we turned into a milestone crew, but it took about a year. It was a long process, but we did get there eventually. I will say that. It took quite a while, but it was a fun ride up to the top. I don't know if we're at the top, but 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, crap. Did I delete my screenshots? I think I might have deleted my screenshots off my computer. There was actually a screenshot I needed to send somebody, but it's not super important, but I'm just talking to myself right now. I think I just got bumped. The problem with this car is it keeps getting bumped really easily. This is why I don't like cars that beat the dyno time. Like, it's really easy to get bumped when your car beats the dyno. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know why, but it bothers me that you cross the tracks and the train comes right after. I don't know why that bothers me, but it bothers me. Alright, Ziotic. Let's go race. He's got the green booger. The green booger Camaro. The green booger. That's actually a really cool car. That Camaro is pretty sweet. I need to take some time and move all of my favorite live racing cars into my live racing car lobby. I got quite a few of them that I've been too lazy to move, and I need to do that. Like, I like to keep my favorite live racers all in the first couple of garages. Timothy, you out of here. Have a great day, bud. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you later, and it was nice to see ya. All right, Angel, have a great day. See you later. Brian says there is 2 in a crew. What do you mean? Like 2 people? Like your crew has 2 people in it? If I was in a crew that had 2 people, I would definitely either leave and join a bigger crew, or I would find some place to do some heavy recruiting. Cody says, Ziotic, how much RP does a person need to make to join one of your crews? What's up, Eddie? How are you doing today? Nice to see ya. Alright, so I've been playing the game for, I don't know, somewhere in the 6 to 7 year range. I mean, I think it's been going on 7 years now, so I'm not very good at keeping track of time, but it's about 7 years. Now, when I first started the game, I would spend way more time on it than I do now. I mean, now I kind of log on, I do all my daily stuff, log off. Later in the day, I might come back on and take a live racing or a showdown or something. But back when I first started, I would probably spend, 30 minutes here, an hour there, an hour here, another 20 minutes later, 30 minutes here. And I'd probably spend 3-4 hours a day playing. Now I probably spend between 30 minutes and an hour and a half per day, depending on what's on the map that day. So if I still played as much as I used to, I mean, you kind of get tired of stuff if you play a game too much. Like any game, if you play it too much, you'll start to get kind of burnt out and sick of it. So I try not to burn myself out on the game by playing too much, and that keeps it fun for me, you know. If I get on here and I play 2-3 hours a day, I start getting tired of it because the game is very repetitive. But as long as I don't play it too much, I still really have fun and enjoy the game. So just got to make sure you don't burn yourself out on these things. But it's been a long process to get up there. Eddie Edens, how's your day going, buddy? Hey Joey, what's up, my man? Brian says, I'm in a big family of crews. Gotcha. I've never been in one of those crew families before. Like, I've heard good and bad things. I heard there's a lot of fighting and complaining between like the crew leadership, and I don't know. But it would also be kind of cool in some other ways. I can see it being very beneficial for some crews to have like multiples like that. Eddie says, true facts. So I think Cody's trying to join your crew there. Brian says, most big family crews have a big range for RP. I can see that actually. Like my crew, we just have our little crew. Like we've been invited to join some family crews before, but we were always like, nah man, we just want to keep our crew laid back and fun, you know. We got like a 700,000 respect points. We just want to make sure we win the car every season and allow people to just kind of enjoy the game. We don't want to work anybody to death, you know. I don't really care about being top 10 or, you know, winning the purple star car or anything every season. So as long as we get the milestone prize car and then a little bit, you know, I'm happy. Do I remember the time to beat the duality? I did make an entire video about it, but the thing is, it's kind of hard to tell you, but the very last race, alright, the very last race, you pretty much had to have both cars running around an 8-0 or faster, because the last was one of those ladder races where I had to race two different people. So the first guy I raced ran at 8.0 something, the second guy I raced ran at 8.0 something, so if your car is running in the 7s, you're probably going to be good, or 8-0s, I think you're going to be good. You can always go back and watch the video I made to double check. It was probably like an hour long, but offhand, I remember it, and hopefully my memory is correct, but I remember it being about an 8-0. Hopefully it wasn't a 7-0, but I think it was an 8-0. See, my memory is awful. Like awful. Timothy says, do I have to be fully built on both cars? You got to be very close. You can probably get away with missing a few parts here and there. You're not going to have to be 100% maxed out, but you do need to be very highly upgraded. Like, I ended up doing it with all the stage 6 parts and most of the fusions. I think I was still missing a couple of pink fusions, but depending on which stage 6 parts you have and yada yada yada, you know, it might take you, you might be able to get away with missing like one stage 6 or something on each car, but it's not super easy. Not super easy. So I think I spent about 40,000 keys on parts to make the cars fast enough. Like the Aquila parts, that's one thing about Aquilas, are they're very hard to get parts because that's kind of a rare brand in this game. So I think when I got that car, I leveled it up. I think I had one stage 6 part for it and only a couple of fusions. So I had to go in there and spend most of the keys on that thing. I had to spend a few keys on the Audi to get some stage 6 parts and stuff like that. But now they don't make a lot of the events easy to do. So expect to have to spend some keys to level those things up. Brian says, I was getting a bit frustrated. Yeah, I don't think I was feeling very good that day. Like I was tired, I didn't feel well. And it actually, I ended up having to spend more keys than I was expecting to spend, but they don't make those events easy. I mean, I was expecting to spend some keys, but I was expecting to maybe spend 10,000 keys or maybe 20,000, but I was really surprised to see I had to spend 40 because, I mean, normally you can max out a car completely for about 40,000 keys, so I don't know. Caleb says, Melon, it was good racing. I am waiting to refuel. Nunfree says, this week I am unable to participate in events due to not having the cars. Alright, so most events I end up skipping, right? I don't do most events in this game because it would seriously cost you a couple $100 per event, right? Let's just say you didn't currently have any game cash or any parts or anything. It's not a game that's designed to let you do the bigger events for free all the time. It's a game that's designed to make you spend money if you want to do the events. Now the good thing is, there's a lot of stuff for free players on this game. Like, you don't need to spend money unless you need to do the bigger events, right? And then occasionally after you've been playing for a while, you'll find bigger events where you're like, hey man, I've already got all the cars for this, and then you can do them. But I just skip what I don't have the cars for already because I can't drop $200-300 to do an event. Now some people can and some people don't mind, but that's a lot of money for, you know, anybody who doesn't have a big income. Brian says, NM are their own worst enemies for modding. Why do you say that? Timothy says, I got a lot of work to do then. Yeah, I mean, basically I log on, I do like the little daily races, I do some live racings, maybe some showdowns. I try and make sure I do the little weekly elite cups when they show up. I make sure I do the crew cups, the token cups. I might go run a daily battle. But I mean, I can spend a good hour or two on this game a day just doing stuff like that and have a lot of fun. So, to me, the bigger events aren't that important. But it's nice to be able to do them occasionally. I think one of the best things about the bigger events is they often give out some nice golden keys, because gold keys are very hard to get in this game. What's up, Piece by Piece? How you doing today? Caleb says, I won't pay for Zenvo or the Le Mans if I don't have the car or can't get it from the crates. It's not for me. I buy race pass and maybe if there is a deal for $10. I hear you, you know, the only time I spend money, let's just say they drop a car for $20 and I really want the car, I'll buy that car, but that's about it. So I average about $50 to $60 a year on this game. I don't spend that much, you know. I spend very little on this game. Now, if I had a really big income, like if I had some sort of job and I made like $200,000 a year, I'd probably buy all kinds of stuff on this game, but it's good to buy something every once in a while and support the game because just to keep the servers running is crazy expensive. They got to pay all the employees, they got to do all the research and development, you know, pay the rent, run the electric. I mean, it's really expensive to keep a game like this going, so it's good to buy a few things when you can. But, you know, if you spend 20, 30 bucks here, 20, 30 bucks there, that's great. Some people will spend several $100s a month on this game. There's probably some people that spend several $1,000s a month on this game. Like, it all depends on your income level, you know? Piece by piece is back playing again. Nice, nice. Alright, so he's trying to find a crew. He can make the 600 to 700,000 each season. So most milestone crews will have at least a 700 or 800,000 respect point limit. But you know, if you can hit 700,000 every season, that's usually pretty good. I think it takes 30 people to all hit 650,000. What's 650,000 times 30? I think that's just barely enough to get the prize card, right? I'm not good with math. Like, I'm dyslexic. My math skills are very bad, so I am not a math magician. I am not a math magician at all. Alright, the neighbor's running his really loud lawnmower, so if the microphone picks that up, I'm sorry. It shakes when he goes by the side of the house, man, it shakes the windows, and he's got one of those big industrial commercial riding lawnmowers. It's a monster. Like a big giant zero turn mower. Crazy thing is, I think he got it for free because one of the wheels was broken. Like, one of the front wheels broke, and he just welded it back on, and he's been using that thing for years. Yeah, I'm not a car speech therapist either, William D. You got that right. No, people like to complain because I can't pronounce the name of certain cars, but to tell you the truth, if there's a car name that I can't pronounce, I'll go watch a couple of YouTube videos and listen for somebody to say the name of the car, and they've all got different accents, so it's like, man, I still don't know how to pronounce the name of that car, so I just blurt something out, and if it doesn't come out well, then, well, it is what it is. I suck at pronouncing things. Denver says a V12 turbocharged mower. I'm not so sure. Man, that thing is loud. Can you guys hear it? Hey, my launch button didn't work. You guys hear the mower? I'm gonna have to tell him, man. I'm gonna have to put a thing up in my window that says live so he knows not to run the lawnmower while I'm live streaming. Ah, man. Okay, good. Glad you guys can't hear it. It's extremely loud, so I'm surprised this is not... I guess like the music and the game background noise is loud enough to drown it out. That's one of the reasons we run music on live streams and stuff, is just for some background noise. Like if I have my fan running, like, you know, I got my little window air conditioner going, so hopefully you guys can't really hear that. And then when the neighbor runs the lawnmower, if there's some background music in the background, hopefully that drowns it out. But I know one thing about music on videos, though, the reason I don't put music on my normal videos is not everybody likes every type of music. So I actually got a lot of people saying, man, I'm so glad you're not pumping that techno music or that electronic music on your videos like all these other people. And there's also been once or twice where I did add music and somebody complained. They're like, I don't like that song. I'm never watching your video again. And I'm just like, oh my god. So I quickly learned that maybe it's best not to use music on regular videos because not everybody really likes that. Brian says your microphone must be perfect for the job. So yeah, one thing I do when recording is if you have a dynamic microphone, it'll pick up less background noise. And I usually keep it at a very low volume. Like I keep the gain on the microphone turned down really low. And then I use a little gain amplifier to boost it to the proper volume, which means when the gain's lower on the microphone, it's only really picking up what's directly in front of it. That's why I'm like 2 inches away from the microphone here. I can get like 2 inches away, turn the gain down low, and then it picks up way less of the background sound. So now if I were using my condenser microphone right now, it would probably be picking up pretty much all the noises, because that's a really sensitive microphone. But for somebody who's like a YouTuber, generally, you know, if you're not in a really quiet spot, or if you got a really reverby room or something, a dynamic mic is always the better way to do it. There's always so many people, they'll try and put the mic like an arm's length away off camera, then they crank the gain up, and then every keyboard click and the mouse and everything is getting picked up. So there's a lot of reasons why, even though it may not look as nice to have the camera in the frame, there's a lot of benefits to it, is getting better audio quality. So I actually have another channel called Danny Lightning Audio Tech and Reviews, where I, you know, kind of do tutorials and reviews on stuff. Kind of cool. I get a lot of companies sending me free stuff to review, which is pretty neat. Brian says, you let your channel turn into a recruitment forum. Yeah, it's fine. If people, you know, people need crew members and stuff, let them recruit. That's what I say. Rotary says, oil up, Danny. I'm coming over. Oil up? Actually, I'm about out of gas. I need to get some more gas. Alright, we'll do a couple more races here, then we'll go back out to the lobby. Alright, so if you're talking about... I'm trying to read your name there. I don't have my glasses on. Statilatter. Statilatter? I don't know why that the way the letters are arranged on that name, it's hard to read, but alright, so here's the deal. Most cars in tier 5 can easily beat Tempest if you have enough parts on them. Now, if you've got a crappy car like the 3-star Aventador, that may not do it, but any good 4 or 5-star car, or I should say almost any good 4 or 5-star car in tier 5 is going to beat Tempest no problem, as long as you have enough upgrades on it. Where did that go? You asked about... So the Ferrari 488 Spider with 3 stars, that's not going to do the job, so you don't want to use that car. That's a very slow car. The Lamborghini Huracan Coupe can definitely do it with enough parts. That car can beat Tempest no problem. And then the new Nissan 5-star. Well, what do you mean by the new Nissan 5-star? The one that we just got out of the event? The one that came from the Duality? Is that the one you're talking about? Or are you talking about the one that's currently in the silver crates? Or I'm not really sure which one you're referring to exactly, so... Trent says, I'm using Legends cars so I can complete both storylines. Any tips and tricks for that? Alright, so you just gotta basically make sure that the car... Whoa, what happened there? That was weird. So basically, you just gotta make sure that your cars are fast enough, right? Legends cars have to be fully restored. You're never gonna beat Tempest or anything else with a car that you can't tune, so... I mean, you can look up the boss times. You can find out what times the boss runs. And then make sure your car is fast enough before you go run the boss. But basically... running cars for events and Tempest and stuff, as long as the car is capable and you've got enough parts on it and then you shift it and tune it properly, you're fine. I mean, really, the thing that makes people lose events is number one, they don't have enough parts, or number two, they're not tuning it correctly. And then there's the occasional circumstance, well, that car just can't do what you're trying to accomplish, but it's really only the lousy cars. I mean, there's a handful of really lousy cars in the game, and those are the only ones that are really going to struggle. But when it comes to Legends cars, just remember there's some off-brands like Pontiac. The Pontiac's a great Legends car, but it's very, very, very hard to get parts for Pontiac. So you might want to find cars that are easier to get parts for. For example, like Jaguars aren't too hard to get parts for. Mercedes aren't hard to get parts for. You know, Fords are pretty easy. But when you're trying to upgrade a Pontiac GTO, you might really, really struggle to get parts for that thing. So that's something to look at when you're doing the Legends stuff. Using the Legends cars. Like Chevy parts aren't that hard to get. Lamborghini parts aren't too hard to get. But Shelby parts, man, that's a nightmare. Pontiac parts, a nightmare. So that's really what you want to look at, is stuff like that. If you need any more specific advice, let me know. Alright, Trench says, should I use the Ford Tier 4 or the NSX? Well, there's several NSXs. I think there's several Fords, so I don't know which NSX you're talking about. Are you talking about the NSX-R? So we're talking about Tier 4? So which Tier 4 Ford are you speaking of? Because I think we have a few of them. Alright, so the NSX-R has one issue, right? I think it's not going to be able to hit the 0 to 60 time needed. If I remember correctly, it does everything except for the 0 to 60 when it comes to beating Tempest 3 Tier 4. Oh my god, that lawnmower is so loud. It's hard to concentrate. That lawnmower is so loud. He's right next to the side of the thing here. Oh, it's loud. Brian, have a great day. Catch you later, man. Thanks for stopping by. So I'm sure he says the Mark II, Ford Mark II. I'm not sure which Ford you're referring to, my friend. There's a lot of Fords. Melon says, what are you doing? I don't know, listening to the neighbor run a lawnmower. That's what I'm doing. Listening to a really loud lawnmower that's rattling my nerves, and I don't even know what's happening. Rotary, what's up, buddy? He said, I just started playing. I got a free Elite Supra and have put all my effort into it. I recently got the Elite Challenge, which gives you the Lexus. Okay. Yeah, the problem is those challenges that give you so many days to do it are very, very hard. Melon, it's all good, man. I wasn't paying attention. I was just reading the chat, and I don't know why I was running that slow. Oh my god. I was running really slow. But yeah, so bottom line is I never upgraded my NSX-R. I never upgraded a lot of those Elite Tuners cars because it's almost impossible to get all the tokens you need for those cars in the limited amount of time. I mean, it took me 2.5 years just to finish most of the Elite Tuners events as it was, and that's not including the add-ons. So basically, I just focused on doing the main storyline of Elite Tuners and not the add-on events. And that took me 2.5 years. So now one thing you could do if you really like the NSX-R or the Lexus, I think you said the Lexus, either way, whatever it is, I don't know, I'm confused, man. That lawnmower's got me all rattled. It's so freaking loud, man. I can't even hear myself talk or think when it goes by. But honestly, it's kind of personal preference, because if you really like the car, I mean, it's kind of cool to do some of it, maybe get a few bells and whistles, because even if you don't finish the whole event, I mean, you could get a couple of extra body kits, a couple of parts for it and stuff by running it, even if you don't finish it. But what I did is I just stuck to the main Elite Tuner storyline and ran that. Didn't worry about the rest. That worked out for me. Eventually, after 2.5 years, I got all the original Elite Tuners cars, the Purple Stars. I collected the Mark IV Supra, and that was pretty awesome. Now, if an Elite Tuners event comes up, and I like the car, then I might actually do one of the add-ons, but it's kind of personal preference how you want to do it. Yeah, 30 days is really not enough. I think the idea is we want to sell you some Elite tokens. We want you to go spend real money to buy enough Elite tokens to finish the car. I think that's why they put a time limit on that. I mean, you got to remember though, these games are also businesses, so their goal is to make a profit. So they're definitely trying to sell you stuff and make some money. But I feel that's exactly what the add-on Elite Tuner events are. And there's nothing really wrong with that, but alright, so the Jaguar F-Type R is not a great car. Now, I like it for daily races. If there's a daily race that says we need you to use like a tier 5 car, a tier 4 car, and you can't have like a transmission or whatever, I use it for those things, like the restriction trials and stuff like that. It's a great car for those because I never have to retune the car. I can change the parts around to however I want, leave it on the stock tune, and it always wins those races, which makes life easy. So I would just I would upgrade it to maybe stage 5 just for that. But I wouldn't really worry about putting too many parts into it, or if you got other things to do, don't worry about it. But no, it's not a great car. It's good for the daily stuff. It's good for the restriction trials that pop up, but it's not a good car overall. But I think I got like 5 or 6 cars in my very first garage that I use for the daily stuff, and that's one of them. But I would never use it to live race. I would never try to beat the bosses with it. It's just kind of one of those cars. Alright, so you don't know what Legends car to buy for tier 4. Trying to remember, what was my favorite tier 4 Legends car? Tier 4, which... I mean, the NSXR is probably the best Legends car out there. Am I getting confused here? I'm telling you, I think I'm having a brain fart. NSXR is Legends, yeah. The NSXR is an awesome tier 4 car, but one thing when it comes to Tempest, though, most people end up spending a little bit of gold to switch cars out, right? So Tempest 3 Tier 4, you have to beat over 260 miles per hour and do around 1.3 on a 0 to 60, and most Tier 4 cars cannot do both. So a lot of people will use 2 different Tier 4 cars. They'll get one with high top speed, one with fast acceleration, then they'll spend a little gold to swap back and forth when they get stuck on those races. So that's one thing you can do. But the NSXR is one of the best Tier 4 cars in the game. Like, it's a really, really, really good car, so that's what I would go for. And then just find, like, if it gets stuck on one of the Tempest things, if you can't hit the top speed or you can't hit the 0 to 60, at that point, that's when you swap to a different car to do that. William says NSE LC500. So the Lexus LC500 is also quite good. Caleb says the Dark Horse is my main live racer right now, I think he said. The little hearts blocking some of the words, but right now I'm seriously like, I don't know why, but I'm kind of like having a hard time thinking. Like my brain's on the fritz right now. It's like the dementia just kicked in, man. I'm just like, I can't remember anything at the moment. I'm not really sure, but I feel like I just spaced out the last 5 or 10 minutes. I've been spaced out, and sometimes this happens to me. Like, I remember one time I was driving down the street. I think I was coming back from the pharmacy. I'm driving down the street, and all of a sudden I was like, where the heck am I at? Like, it was pretty scary. I was like, where am I at? Like, I kind of just blanked out. It took me a second to figure out where I was or where I was going. And I was like, you know, a 45-second drive from my house. I was almost there. I just had to turn down the next street and go right to the house. And sometimes my brain blanks out on me. It sucks. I think it's part of the autoimmune disease I have because, you know, I never had that stuff happen until the last several years, but Guy says too much 420. And no. Azure Music. He says CSR2 can be greedy with their events sometimes. And I hate it. I never use my money for no reason. I already have all the Bugattis and the Lamborghinis. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're a business, so their goal is to make money. So, I mean, I don't really blame them. I don't blame them. But it would be nice if they would lower some of the prices so we could do events easier. Yeah, the LC500 is a... See, that's the thing. I think I'm getting the NSXR and the Lexus confused. So the NSXR is a Legends car. The LC500 is an Elite Tuners car. And they're both pretty cool cars, but I think I was mixing the two cars up for a minute, so if I said something incorrect, I apologize. Like I said, my brain kind of like had a meltdown there. I don't know, the neighbor started running the lawnmower and it was so loud, and I was having a hard time concentrating, and then I just blanked out. The 21C Zinger. Caleb, I don't know if I've ever upgraded my 21C Zinger, actually. I think I have one of those, maybe. It's kind of funny, but if I go through my garages, I've probably got around 600 cars in the game right now, so there's times where I go through my garages and I find a car and I'm like, oh, I didn't know I had that. Or, wow, look at that. I didn't know that was there. So it's kind of funny, like when you have that many cars, a lot of times you just like, oh, I didn't know that was there. All right, should you go for the 1966 GT40 Mark II or the NSXR? Honestly, I would say the NSXR is way better than the GT40 in my opinion. I mean, the 1966 GT40 is cool, but I personally would rather have the NSXR myself, but that's just me. Now, if you're live racing the NSXR, I'm pretty sure it's got a really weird and wacky tune to set it up for live racing. I don't think it's very straightforward. I think it's kind of a pain to get right on the tune and setup, but it's really good. But I really like the NSXR a lot. I never upgraded mine, but I know a lot of people that love it, like absolutely love it. I know so many people that win live race after live race, and it looks awesome too, so. I like the Ford, but I would rather have the NSX-R over the Ford, I think. Are you talking about components to restore it? I mean, it took me about a year and a half to do all the Legends races. So it's a very long process restoring all those Legends cars and finishing Legends. I absolutely hated Legends. It was not fun for me. I didn't like it one bit. Some people like it, but now Elite Tuners I like because you gain the stuff to upgrade your Elite Tuners cars from stuff I'm already doing. Now with the Legends, I had to go do separate races just to get components to, you know, restore the cars and stuff, and I found that to be really annoying. I'm like, I'd rather be spending my time doing this right now, but I gotta go do that instead. So, you know, Elite Tuners takes a long time and it's a big pain in the butt as well, but at least I'm already going to do the showdowns, which gives me the tokens, so I don't mind it. I just didn't like the restoring car process on the Legends. John, what's up, buddy? He said, I've been destroying live racing with the LC500. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. Bucky says, it's really cool that something it's set up the way it's set up, it makes looking for any car. I wish they would take that little heart off of there, because when people post something, the very bottom comment, the little heart always blocks part of what they're saying. I'm gonna complain about that one of these days and be like, hey, maybe I'll screenshot that and be like, I can't tell what these people are saying on my live streams. Could you please move that little heart over? Like, put that somewhere else. Thank you. Denver says, the most frustrating thing about Legends is you always get components for cars that you've already restored. Yeah. I've got so many components, it's crazy. I wish you could sell those things. Tex says, what car should I buy for the twin test? Alright, so these are the cars I like to use. Was the 250 GTO, the Boss Mustang, the Mercedes, I'm trying to remember which one I used on Tier 4. It's been so long since I've done it. I mean, the main thing is they will all work. Any of the cars will work. As long as you have enough parts on them, it doesn't matter which cars you lock on. But for example, like I was saying, if you have the Pontiac, you might have a hard time getting the parts for it. If you bought a Shelby, you might have a hard time getting parts for it. But any car you lock into the Legends events will make it through no problem as long as you can get parts. So it really doesn't matter which cars. It doesn't really matter which cars you use. You just want to make sure they're upgraded enough to get through it. That's the thing with that. Legends doesn't care. It adjusts the event to the car. So let's just say you lock in the Jaguar XJ, whatever it is. It will adjust the event to the times that car runs, and at that point, it just matters that you have enough parts and a good shift and tune, basically. Yeah, the DV5, the SL, those are both good. I did make a video on my Tempest playlist that shows you which cars I used. It was mainly because those were the easiest ones to get the parts for. But that was probably about 4 years ago when I did that, so my memory is a little rough on it. And I don't like Legends in general, so I never drive any of the Legends cars. I kind of hate Legends. It was my least favorite thing they've ever done was make Legends. What's up, Ark? How are you doing today? Jack says, morning, Ark. William D says, I agree with Mitch. Michikitsu says, great stream. Thank you, buddy. Sorry I had like 10 minutes there where I was brain farted. I had a big brain fart that lasted for like 10 minutes. It was bad. It was terrible. Bucky says the Venom concept is my favorite live racer. Yeah, some of those Venoms are pretty cool cars. The Venom F5 is pretty sweet. The F5 is really good. It's such a good live racing car, it's not even funny. So we've only got a couple minutes left on the stream, guys and gals. So if you got any last minute questions, get them in there. I wish I had a little bit of a better memory, but I remember a lot of stuff, but not everything. When it comes to Legends, man, it was so long ago, it's hard to recall all that. John says, don't pick the Shelby, Corvette, or other tier 3s till later. So the Corvette's kind of cool. Chevy parts aren't too hard to get. I can't remember if I used the Corvette or not. Chevy parts aren't as easy to get as some, but they're not hard to get either. Hold on, let's go look through the Legends cars really quick. Let's go check out what's available for Legends really fast. I mean, the stream's almost over, so this will be the last live race. And I'll tell you which cars I would use. Oh my god, I can't talk to them. Alright, let's go in there. Thank you for the swaps, buddy. I appreciate that. That was fun. Yeah, we got like 5 minutes left on this thing. Where is the buy car section? Let's find the Legends. I need to get some Ginkgo biloba or something. I got to find out if there's anything that actually helps your memory. I should probably start taking something. Because my memory has gotten really terrible. I'm pretty sure it's the autoimmune disease because those things do mess up your brain, unfortunately. They cause a lot of brain issues, so I'm guessing that's why my memory is so terrible, because I used to remember so much stuff and now it's just like, nope. So where's Legends? There we go. What's my streaming schedule? Alright, so normally every Friday I do one around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time and then 9 a.m. on Sundays Eastern Time. Alright, so the Boss 302 Mustang is a great little car. This is one I definitely recommend using for the events. So the DV5, that one's not too hard to get parts for, so the DV5 is not a bad choice. A 250 GTO, pretty easy to get parts for, so that one's another good choice. So the 300 SL, that's made by Mercedes, not too hard to get parts for, so not too bad. So the Corvette, pretty easy to get parts for, not a bad choice. Shelby, very hard to get parts for, so I do not really suggest upgrading this one because parts are very hard to get. The GTO Judge, parts are very hard to get. I wouldn't go with this one just because of that reason. The NSXR, Honda parts are a little bit hard to get. They're a lot easier than they used to be, so this is an amazing car. Honda parts are a little bit scarce, but that still wouldn't scare me off of the car. Next, we have the Himikuda, and that's another one that good luck getting parts for it. So I would avoid the Himikuda. Next, we have the GT40, which is a very cool car and all, but Ford parts are pretty easy to get overall, so you could probably easily upgrade this one. Next, we have the Countach, which is really easy to get parts for, at least the Fusions, right? Stage 6s may be a different story, but Fusion parts are easier to get. Next, we have the Bugatti. Bugatti parts are not super easy to get, so this may not be one of the best cars to use. Next, we have the Porsche Carrera GT. Porsche parts are Not too bad to get, so that one's okay. Then we have the Jaguar, very easy to get parts for. Next we have the S7, not super easy to get parts for that at all. Then we have the McLaren F1. Of course, McLaren parts are super easy to get, but you know, you have to unlock a bunch of stuff to win that. And then we have the other GT40 Mark II, which is pretty cool car. So I guess there's only a couple of cars that I would have. There was only what, like 4 or 5 of those that I said to avoid. So if they're not hard to get parts for, they're going to work just fine. Now, when you run an event, let's just say you lock one in to run the event. I mean, the event is going to give you some stuff for the cars, but it's not going to be enough to max the car out. That's the problem. Rotary, have a great day, buddy. Catch you later. Alright, where's the ending soon screen? Oh my goodness. There we go. Alright, so I think that's pretty much going to be it for the day. Rod said, how did I get 120 million? Alright, I've been saving my resources for years. So when the Elite Tuners came out, I spent all my resources upgrading those cars. And I was down to about 30 million. So over the last 3 years, I went from 30 million to 120 million by being as stingy as I possibly can with my resources. So I try not to upgrade more than 1 car per season, sometimes 2 if I get a car that I really like. But generally, I am crazy stingy with the resources. Bucky, have a great day, buddy. Thank you. Ark, thanks, buddy. Awesome to see you, my man. Trench, have a great day. Winpoo, see ya. I appreciate all you guys coming out, though. I really do. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for hanging out with me on the live streams. Anybody who's a channel member, thank you so much. Anybody who donates, thank you. And to all the moderators to help make the stream run good, I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you all for being here. You guys are super duper amazing. But I think that's it for the live stream. And we will catch you next time, all right? Later, everybody. You guys are amazing. Lightning out. Lightning has left the building. I don't know. I'll make up something like Elvis. I don't know. I'll be back. Hasta la vista. Get to the chopper. All right. See you guys.